It's my great pleasure to welcome you this afternoon to the University of Manchester and to the magnificent surroundings of the Whitworth Hall for this graduation ceremony. Our Victorian forebears knew when they were building a university to build something that looked really like a proper university. Unfortunately, it was before the time of air conditioning, and I think we might have wished that science had moved a little bit faster, particularly up here. As well as welcoming you all, I would particularly like to welcome our graduands whose achievements and hard work we are here to celebrate today. But also, I would particularly also want to welcome the family and friends of our graduands, many of whom have travelled a long way to be with us. We would very much like to welcome you to the university and to thank you for the help, support and encouragement that you've given to our graduands all the way through their studies. This afternoon, we're graduating almost exclusively medical students becoming doctors at the moment they walk across the stage, and most of our graduates will have followed the traditional path, entering medical school very soon after leaving school. But I would particularly extend a welcome to those mature students we have here today to study another subject, to follow a career in another profession, and then in your 20s or 30s to go to medical school and to start again is particularly tough, rewarding, and indeed many of our finest practitioners came in that way. Another welcome is also to our overseas students, many of whom will not have family and friends here because they're too far away, but I hope they're watching us on the web broadcast of this ceremony. We very much hope that today will go down as a landmark for you in your lives, but it's been pretty much of a landmark year for the university. Just picking out 3 or 4 of the interesting things that have happened. The first one, on a rather light note, is that, of course, the University of Manchester actually won the University Challenge on the television in 2006. And the Manchester team beat Trinity Hall, Cambridge, very good, in one of the closest ever finals seen in the series, 160 points to 150. It's the first time Manchester has won University Challenge since it first appeared about 40 years ago. The broadcast, many of you will have seen, and was in the late spring, but in fact it was recorded a long while ago in October last year, and a very senior person in the media leaked the result to me almost immediately after the recording, so I had to walk around for several months pretending I knew nothing. Yes, not uncommon. A second highlight of the year is that we should note that Manchester remains very high in the popularity league of universities for students applying. The university has received almost 62,000 applications for its undergraduate courses starting this September, and that figure is almost identical to last year, home and overseas applications, and it confirms Manchester as the country's top destination for would-be students. And the maintenance of these very high numbers is particularly pleasing because, of course, students entering next year will have concerns over the introduction of tuition fees at a higher level. To pick out one more highlight, perhaps more relevant directly to medicine, the new core technology facility was opened recently by Lord Sainsbury's just 2 or 3 weeks ago. And this will support research in a number of areas, in particular in tissue engineering, which I think is an area of medical research and technology which will have the potential to alter our practice very radically in the next few years. And the facility also encourages commercial exploitation of university research by providing integrated space in which businesses can work alongside university research groups. My colleagues on the platform will know that rather than looking forward, I do tend to look at times into history. And you are part of a long and very glorious history. The medical school of the University of Manchester can certainly trace its origins to 1824, almost certainly to 1814, and indeed there are suggestions that it could be traced back into the 18th century. So you are part of a very long tradition, and as a graduate in medicine from the University of Manchester, you're joining a distinguished Hall of Fame. Across all the subjects that the university deals with, more than 22 of our former staff and students have gone on to win the Nobel Prize, and maybe there's another future Nobel Prize winner with us today. The medical school of the University of Manchester is known for many things, and I hear of its reputation in London, elsewhere in the UK, abroad. And almost always the thing that is at the top of people's knowledge of the Manchester Medical School is the quality of the graduates that we produce. The quality of undergraduate education and the quality of a Manchester medical degree is regarded very highly indeed. I can assure you of that, certainly right across Europe. So your prospects for the future are excellent. Your achievement in completing your degree can't be underestimated, and your family and friends, I'm sure, are extremely pleased. Also, the university is pleased that graduation is happening normally this year. I'm very pleased to report that despite the recent industrial action that you may have read about in the national media, this university did not cancel any examinations and maintained the scholarly integrity of the examination process, and thus the value of a degree from the University of Manchester is properly maintained. It's also particularly important on this occasion to welcome our friends from St Andrews, 2 members of the St Andrews staff who've joined us for the graduation ceremony. Of course, many of you receiving your degree today started your course in St Andrews, and that's a very happy and now very long-standing arrangement. On those occasions when I've spoken to medical students on their first day in the university, I often say that a university isn't buildings and equipment and money and so on. It's a community of staff and students working together. And as you graduate, you remain a member of that community. Each of you has contributed to the university over your time here. Your degree is a milestone, but it's the beginning of the journey and not the end. And particularly entering medical practice at the moment is a very interesting and potentially difficult time, but also I think with huge opportunities and very exciting. You're joining a network of over 200,000 alumni, which forms the university's global community. And so through the Alumni Association, you're able to maintain your relationship with the university, keep up with your current friends, make new ones, and to interact and network with alumni worldwide. So please do take advantage of this. Leave your current email address on the note that you've been given, and you'll be able to log into the new global online alumni network, which is entitled Your Manchester Online. You also receive a free annual magazine. You will be invited to social nights, reunions, networking events, and so on. And as I mentioned before, if you are working abroad, then the Alumni Association is active in many countries around the world. So please don't make today your last contact with the university. Keep the alumni office regularly updated with your address. And this is your university, and its doors are always open for you. As I mentioned before, as you cross the stage, you turn from a medical student into a doctor. It's a sobering thought. At a personal level, it's interesting for me. This is the last medical graduation I shall be doing in my capacity as Dean of the Faculty of Medical and Human Sciences. I'm moving elsewhere in the university, and I have to say I have very much valued my association with the medical school over the last 7 years. Medical schools are huge, difficult, unruly, very expensive, and fascinating beasts to deal with. But no university worth its salt can afford not to have a first-rate medical school, and we've got one. So, on behalf of the university, I congratulate all of you who are graduating here today on your excellent academic achievement, and I wish you every success in your future careers. Thank you.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery with honours, Vivian Ho Yan Lee. Helen Elizabeth Lewis.
Well done, Helen. I'm very pleased. Congratulations.
Nicholas Paul Lone.
Well done. Delighted.
Thank you very much. Georgios A. Markides.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Peter James McDermott.
Very well done.
Andrew James McPartlin.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Nicola Gale Mitchell-Jones.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
Jane Suzanne Mooney.
Very well done. Congratulations.
Esther Penelope Ann Newman.
Well done. Many congratulations.
Elizabeth Jane Peebles.
Very well done. Very good.
Christopher Raystrick.
Very well done. Congratulations.
Naomi Elizabeth Reeves.
Very well done. Very pleased.
Elizabeth Helen Scriven.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
Senthil Kumar Selvanathan.
Congratulations. Well done.
Paul Andrew Selway.
Very well done. Delighted.
Alistair James Sharples.
Very many congratulations. Well done.
Claire Elizabeth Stewart Buttle.
Well done. I'm delighted.
Ian Tyrrell Marsh.
Well done. Congratulations.
Sharif Udin.
I'm delighted. Very well done.
Laura Elizabeth Watkins.
Very well done. Congratulations.
And for the degree, Jason Kuhn Him Lee.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Edward Simon Lake.
Well done. Good.
Fahim Latif.
Many congratulations. I'm very pleased.
Nikki Lau.
Very well done. I'm delighted.
John Andrew Lavery.
Well done. Congratulations.
Wei Yi Leong.
Very well done. I'm delighted.
Kong Yu Liu.
Many congratulations. Amazing.
Jennifer Lightfoot.
That's well done.
Ruth Marie Lings.
Many congratulations. I'm very pleased.
Kenny Joseph Livingston.
Well done. Congratulations.
Robert William Lord.
Many congratulations. Well done.
John Malcolm McCady.
Well done. Very pleased.
Benedict James Tarek Mackay.
Many congratulations. Very well done.
Ailey Rose McLeod.
Very well done. Very pleased.
Catherine Joan Moore.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Balvir Kaur Manku.
Very, very well done. I'm very pleased.
Anjali Manuel.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
John Inglis Martin.
Well done. Good show.
Matthew John Maudsley.
Excellent. I'm delighted.
Holly McBride.
Very well done.
Philippa Ann Dugan McCaffrey.
Very well done. Delighted.
Kirsty Ann McCreath.
Very well done. Congratulations.
James Richard MacDonald.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Anna Jane McGlowan.
Well done. Delighted.
Catherine McGuinness.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
Ewan John Mackay.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Jessica Ann Middleton.
Congratulations. Well done.
Alexandra Marie Miller Brown.
Very well done. You've done it. Well done.
Stephanie Marie Mills.
Congratulations. Very well done.
Victoria Lynn Mitchell.
Well done. I'm very pleased.
Helen Marie Moore.
Congratulations. Very well done.
Kawaja Masood Munir.
Very well done. Congratulations.
Michael Paul Munro.
Very well done.
Jonathan Lee Murray.
Very well done. Delighted.
Lagendra Murugesan.
Excellent. I'm very pleased.
Shelley Victoria Newman.
Well done. It's a nice smile.
John Newsham.
Very well done. Delighted.
Fred Newton.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Chu Yuit Ong.
Well done. Delighted.
Rebecca Sarah Oates.
Many congratulations. I'm very pleased.
Esther Adongo.
Well done. Congratulations.
Louisa Anuba.
Well done. I'm very pleased.
Ariel Joseph Packman.
Well done. Great success. Thank you.
Jane Ing Ing Pang.
I'm very pleased. Many congratulations.
Charles Thomas Alfred Pantin.
Well done. Very pleased.
Stephen Mark Pickup.
Congratulations. I'm very pleased.
Natasha Pinnock.
Well done.
Victoria Jane Plested.
Excellent. I'm very pleased. Well done.
Catherine Jane Porter.
Many congratulations. I'm delighted.
Nicholas John Probert.
Congratulations. Well done.
Catherine Ann Ramsdale.
Very well done. Congratulations.
Humara Fatma Rana.
That's nice. Well done. Congratulations.
Jitendra Rao.
Well done. Many congratulations.
Sarah Jane Rapsey.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
Amina Rashid.
Very well done. Very pleased.
Satwant Kaur Rayat.
I'm delighted. Well done.
Humaira Naz Riemann.
Many congratulations. I'm very pleased.
David Michael Riding.
Well done. Delighted.
Francesca Claire Ridley.
Congratulations. Very well done.
Nicola Lucy Robinson.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
Samantha Robinson.
Well done. Delighted.
Vivaki Rodda.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
Peter John Rose.
Very congratulations. Well done.
James Stewart Rowland.
Many congratulations. I'm delighted.
Sumita Saha.
Very well done. Very pleased.
Ifra Sajid.
Many congratulations. Very well done.
Sipenda Saley.
Well done. Very pleased.
Rebecca Louise Sander.
Very well done. I'm delighted.
Bethany Eve Sanders.
Many congratulations. Very well done.
Nukirin Samantha Sangera.
Very well done. I'm delighted.
Jacqueline Miriam Sandhouse.
Well done. Many congratulations.
Nahid Sawa.
Well done. I'm very pleased indeed.
Gillian Mary Skull.
Very well done. Delighted.
Fahana Sharif.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Neil Robert Alistair Shaw.
Congratulations. Very well done.
Emma Shawkat.
Congratulations. Very well done.
Farah Amina Reman Sheikh.
I'm delighted. Very well done. Very pleased.
Clifford Lee Shelton.
Well done. I'm very pleased.
Joanna Claire Schneerson.
Well done. Delighted.
David Jonathan Schumann.
Very well done. Congratulations.
Sandeep Kaur Sidhu.
Many congratulations. Very well done.
Daniel James Silcock.
Congratulations. Well done.
Anjali Emma Singh.
I'm very pleased. Well done.
Bisni Sitampalam.
Many congratulations. I'm delighted, William.
Helen Dawn Slee.
Very well done. Delighted.
Dawn May Earn Sue.
Very, very well done.
Carolyn Stanley.
Well done. Very pleased.
Sarah Alicia Steely.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Catherine Louise Suddards.
Many congratulations. Very good.
Sophie Hannah Angarad Summers.
Very good. Very well done.
Peter Suresh Suntha.
Delighted. Well done.
Insia Susnawala.
Delighted. Very well done.
David Michael Sutcliffe.
Excellent. Well done. Very pleased.
Alexandra Elizabeth May Sutton.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Amy J. Sutton.
Well done. Delighted.
Gemma Elizabeth Simmons.
Well done. Delighted.
Kelvin Kian Young Tan.
Well done, Dr. Tan.
Catherine Helen Taylor.
Congratulations. Really pleased. Well done.
Philip Martin Taylor.
Very good. Delighted.
Wei Siang Teo.
Many congratulations. Very well done.
Pu Yi Tian.
Congratulations. Very well done.
Man Yi Tian.
Well done.
Catherine Thompson.
Congratulations. Well done.
Daniel Stephen Thorley.
Delighted. Very well done.
Julian Sin Pen Ting.
Extremely well done. I'm very pleased.
Lucy Tomlinson.
Well done, Dr. Tomlinson.
Rebecca Udani.
Very well done. I'm really pleased.
Mohammed Arif Umar.
Well done.
Jeremy James Viner.
Congratulations. Well done.
Richard Andrew James Wayne.
Very pleased. Well done.
Nicholas Luke Walsh.
Congratulations. Well done.
Tri Wang Rang Simakul.
Well done. Delighted.
Arun Wakar Udin.
Well done. Very pleased.
Joanne Warner.
Very well done. I'm delighted.
Christopher Warren.
Well done.
David Roy Warrener.
Congratulations. I'm very pleased.
Andrew Edward Burwell Watson.
Well done. I'm very pleased.
Laurie Jane Whalen.
Well done. I'm delighted.
Thank you very much.
Erica Jane Wilkinson.
Well done, Dr. Wilkinson.
Hayley Louise Wilkinson.
Very pleased. Well done.
Brian Williams.
Excellent. Very pleased.
Callum Robert Wilson.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Cyrus Cameron Wilson.
Congratulations. Very well done.
James Hugh Wilson.
Delighted. Very well done.
Ki Hao Wong.
Very well done. Very pleased.
Vanessa Claire Wright.
Well done. Very pleased.
Victoria Alice Wright.
Very well done. Delighted.
Yi Sing Nora Yap.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Kun Yin.
Many congratulations. I'm very pleased.
And with honours, Elizabeth Cottrell.
Well done.
Stephen Ross Cole.
You've got friends out there. Well done.
Jen Louise Harkness.
Well done. Congratulations.
Claire Louise Sybil Kelly.
Well done. I'm delighted.
Charlene Margaret Kennedy.
Well done. Many congratulations.
Lorna Lynn Mackay.
Very well done. Delighted.
Jeffrey David Unsworth.
Nice to have friends out there, isn't it? Well done.
And for the degree, Gemma Louise Barker. Susie Eva Baxter.
Very well done. I'm delighted.
Louise Ann Butler.
Well done. Very pleased.
Rebecca Fern Chubb.
Very well done. I'm delighted.
Gemma Louise Cooper Hobson.
Well done. Delighted. Well done.
Gabrielle Kropp.
It's a nice chair. Well done.
Kelly Ann Don.
Very well done. Delighted.
Rachel Derber.
Well done. I'm very pleased. Delighted.
Michael Joseph Flatley.
Okay. Well done.
Emily Jane Goff.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Erna Guha.
Well done. Very pleased.
Alvia Hamid.
Very well done. I'm delighted.
Serena Antonina Hack.
Well done. Very pleased.
Lorna Elaine Harris.
Delighted. Well done.
Michael Wing Sung Ho.
Many congratulations. Very pleased.
Saeed Ishaq Hussain.
Well done. I'm really pleased. Well done.
Richard Anthony Jenkins.
Well done. Delighted.
Kesavan Kandiar.
Many congratulations. Well done.
Darren James Leaning.
Well done. Very pleased.
Lin Ling.
Very, very congratulations. Well done.
Christina Ann Wilhelmina Meccano.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Natalie Ann McCormack.
Very well done.
Robert Thomas McLachlan.
Well done. Delighted.
Chirag Mahesh Mehta.
Many congratulations. Very well done.
Jonathan David Miles Stokes.
Well done. Delighted.
Michael Christopher Perkin.
Well done. Delighted.
Andrew Thomas Phillips.
That's excellent. I'm really pleased. Well done.
Christelle Rabora.
Well done.
William Anthony Riley.
Congratulations. Well done, done.
Joseph Ring.
Very well done.
Daniel Sullivan.
Very well done.
David Edward Taylor.
Yes, well done, Dr. Taylor.
Cheers, thanks. Kelly Marie Taylor.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
Dipesh Harshvardhan Vasant.
Well done. Very pleased.
Alan George Andrew Weir.
Delighted. Very well done.
Thomas James Whitfield.
Very well done. Congratulations.
Mark Anthony Williams.
Delighted. Very well done.
Mark Patrick Woolley.
Well done. Very pleased.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, European option, with honours, Ifat Hussain.
Very many congratulations. That's wonderful.
Nicole, and for the degree, Nicole Green.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
Ban Hassoun.
Well done. Delighted.
Kate Freya Hoddle.
Very well done. I'm very pleased. Well done.
Nazreen Banu Imrit.
I'm absolutely delighted. Well done.
Christine Kelly.
Well done. I'm really pleased.
Anna Moore.
Very well done. Really pleased.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Pathology, Intercalating Programme, with honours, Elizabeth Byrne.
Very well done. I'm very pleased.
Kola Hashashi.
Well done. Well done.
Nicholas Stewart Colson.
Very well done. Thank you.
Just before I ask the Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery graduates to stand to affirm the affirmation, I would just like to take a few minutes to thank David Gordon personally, and also on behalf of the school and the faculty, for all that he's done over the last 7 years. He's been a great supporter of the university, the school, the faculty, but also particularly for education, both in Manchester and also nationally and internationally. And I think a lot of our achievements he has strongly supported and has helped us move them forward. So on behalf of the school and the faculty, and I also think from St Andrews, we would like to offer our deep thanks and wish you every success in the future. I would be grateful if the graduates in Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery could stand, please. I'm going to read an affirmation on your behalf, and at the end of which I would like you to repeat after me, I so affirm. I affirm that I will make the care of my patients my first concern, treat every patient politely and considerately, respect patients' dignity and privacy, listen to patients and respect their views, give patients information in a way they can understand, respect the right of patients to be fully involved in decisions about their care, keep my professional knowledge and skills up to date, recognise the limits of my professional competence, be honest and trustworthy, respect and protect confidential information, make sure my personal beliefs do not prejudice my patients' care, act quickly to protect my patients from risk if I have good reason to believe that I or a colleague may not be fit to practice, avoid abuse of my position as a doctor, work with colleagues in the ways that best serve patients' interest. In all these matters, I will never discriminate unfairly against my patients or colleagues. I will always be prepared to justify my actions to them. And then if you can repeat after me, I so affirm.
Today we have celebrated the award of your degrees. Many congratulations. On behalf of the University of Manchester, I extend to each of you our very best wishes for the future. I now declare this ceremony closed. Thank you.